Our next stop tonight is the Louisiana Gulf Coast, a place just about 120 miles away from the Big Easy, New Orleans. Avery Island is where, since the mid-1800s, a family has been brewing a sauce that's tantalized taste buds around the world, and even out of this world. Deep in Louisiana Cajun country, beside bayous and the wildlife that thrive in them, is an island that's not an island. Avery Island, home to Tabasco sauce and the McElhaney family that produces it, is actually 3 miles from the Gulf Coast. It's a 2,500-acre dome of solid rock salt, formed when ancient seabeds evaporated. The dome's surface soil is perfect for growing what it's most famous for, peppers. But peppers don't grow here naturally. They're here thanks to Edmund McElhaney, a New Orleans banker who moved to Avery Island with his family following the Civil War, and shortly after he had the good luck to come upon some pepper seeds. Dr. Shane Bernard, the McElhaney Company's full-time historian, says the source of the seed pods is a bit fuzzy, but they probably came from a soldier who'd been in Mexico fighting or hiding.
We know that he got them around 1866, and sometime between 1866 and 68 he perfected this recipe for Tabasco sauce.
McElhaney's original recipe notebook is one of the company's most prized possessions. "My pepper sauce is made thus," he wrote. "To each gallon of ripe fruit, add 1 coffee cup full of salt, then mash thoroughly."
In the old days, as now, we would smash the peppers, but back then it had to be done by hand. The workers would take a pestle and a sieve made out of cypress or metal and smash the peppers through the sieve.
The sauce was mixed and fermented in stoneware jars and bottled in cork-top cologne bottles before being shipped out, a 5-day trip even to nearby New Orleans. By the turn of the century, with a little push from the McElhaney Company, Tabasco was becoming a household name. Proper ladies were advised that a bottle was a must on their dining room tables. And its presence was being requested farther afield. When England's Lord Kitchener invaded Khartoum just a decade after Tabasco was first exported, Tabasco sauce came along. As it did some years later with another famous Brit who discovered King Tut's tomb.
We've got the photograph of Howard Carter in the tomb of Ramses the 11th, where he and his fellow archaeologists would eat lunch. This is around 1922, and right there on the table is a bottle of Tabasco sauce.
Little has changed in the 50 acres of fields where Tabasco gets its start. Only 2% of these peppers actually end up in the sauce. The rest are harvested for their seeds, which are shipped to Latin America for planting there on behalf of the company. Dave Landry worked for the company for over 30 years. He explained the planting process.
These plants here were transferred in the field in April, and these peppers will start ripening and turn into red the beginning of August. And you can see that these peppers are hand-picked off the bush when they're bright red.
The peppers are mashed and mixed with salt the same day they're harvested in Latin America. The salt, of course, is Avery Island salt, dug out of the mountain of salt beneath the island that's believed to go down as deep as Mount Everest is high. When the mash arrives in shipping containers from Latin America, it's dumped out, stirred, and poured into barrels. Salt is added to the lids to form a hard crust, and then the barrels are stacked up, 40 to 50,000 of them, for 3 years of fermentation. When the mash is ready to go, it heads from the warehouse to the factory, where the liquid is drained out through fine sieves.
The mash is transferred from the draining process into these large 2,000-gallon wooden vats where vinegar is added. This is a mixture of pepper, vinegar, and salt, mixed for 28 days and then strained.
The straining removes the seeds before the sauce meets a sea of tiny bottles, into which it's drawn by vacuum, much as it's been for almost a century. Then proceeds to capping, where it receives its familiar red cap, followed by a little glue, and the machine where it gets its equally recognizable diamond label. Those bottles have to be boxed, then they're stacked and wrapped and stored before they're shipped out.
There is only one Tabasco, the original liquid pepper sauce made at Avery Island, Louisiana.
The world chugged Tabasco, one drop at a time, through the 20th century.
Tabasco, Tabasco, the original liquid pepper seasoning.
During the Vietnam War, company president Walter McElhaney tried to meet the needs of spice-starved soldiers by producing the Charlie Ration Cookbook. Mix some local bamboo with your sea rations, add a little Tabasco, and voila, tin can casserole. The sauce has even appeared on or over dining tables out of this world. Tabasco has gone into orbit to give shuttle astronauts food packets a boost. From space, Avery Island is not quite as beautiful as it is up close. Paul McElhaney, the current president of the company, was known in years past to weigh the crop himself. He describes the attachment of his family to Avery Island and their company.
The Avery Island to our family is not only a home site, it's a place where we derived our income from since 1818 for a long time. Edmund McElhaney, we called him Grand-Père. Grand-Père, I think, would be thrilled to see that his family is now into the 7th generation of ownership, and they're still running the business and packing in one day more than he made in his lifetime. I think it's a combination of the place and the people that make this place special and make us want to stay here.
And to answer the question that's plagued mankind for years, the company reports that in each 2-ounce Tabasco bottle, there are at least 720 drops of sauce. Thanks for watching Put It on the Map. I'm Jon Frankel. Good night.